cut me short. I was thinking this was the way to go, and you put up your puppet show. I say cheers to life. No, I'll be no good man's wife. Just leave me alone. I'm running the show. I'm telling you, it's my time to rise up. Live the life I'm proud of. No, you better go home. I'm telling you, it's my time to rise up. Live the life I'm proud of. So I woke up, sun in my eyes, forgot all about what I did last night. What I do remember that it was real, real nice. Talks about me are never good. I don't live like the way that I should. Oh well, I'm in for some fun tonight. Just leave me alone. I'm running the show. I'm telling you, it's my time to rise up. Live the life I'm proud of. No, you better go home. I'm telling you, it's my time to rise up. Live the life I'm proud of. Hey now, don't be shy. Follow my lead if you wanna be mine. Hey now, just you and I, we could be the next Bonnie and Clyde. Hey now, don't be shy. Follow my lead if you wanna be mine. Oh, it's the time to rise up. Live the life we're proud of. Just leave me alone. I'm running the show. I'm telling you, it's my time to rise up. Live the life I'm proud of. No, you better go home. I'm telling you, it's my time to rise up. Live the life I'm proud of. Hey now, don't be shy. Follow my lead if you wanna be mine. Hey now, just you and I, we could be the next Bonnie and Clyde. Hey now, don't be shy. Follow my lead if you wanna be mine. Oh, it's our time to rise up. Live the life we're proud of.
Hello, everybody. Eric Worre here, and I've got some of my friends are going to be joining us today. Ricky's sitting in front of a fake pool, it looks like, with the background. And Jordan, where are you today?
I'm up in the mountains in Jerome in the old
Up in the mountains. Finally got some internet up there. Great to see everybody. 24 hours from right now, we are going to be hosting the biggest recruiting challenge in network marketing history. This is designed to help you prepare for it. We're going to hear from some of these leaders. I've got a few other friends joining over the course of the next 45 minutes or so. But what I want to do is help you prepare for this challenge. Let me tell you, if you don't know anything about the GoPro Recruiting Challenge, starting tomorrow, this time, 11 a.m. Pacific time, and for 7 consecutive days, we're going to provide you with the training, the encouragement, the support, and simple assignments to turn you into a recruiting machine. We're going to go for 90 minutes a day, every day. If you plug in with us, you follow these simple assignments, we're going to help you become a recruiting machine. If you're already registered for this event, if you're one of the 150,000 plus people that have registered for this event, put a number 7 into the comments. Slam a number 7 into the comments if you're one of the people already registered. If you're not registered, go to GoProRecruitingChallenge.com. If you're watching on the Network Marketing Pro page, just type the word info into the comments and you should get a link. But GoProRecruitingChallenge.com, one word, GoProRecruitingChallenge.com. You can register. It's free. It's free. I have 20 of the most prolific recruiters in the world of network marketing. They're going to be sharing their secrets. Jordan, Ricky, and Francois are 3 of them. I've got another joining in just a moment. We're going to hear their stories. But in addition to that, let me tell you what else I have. I'm going to be giving you training and simple assignments. We have 20 of the top recruiters in the world. And then I have Trent Shelton, Marie Forleo, Pete Vargas, Dean Graziosi, Fraser Brooks, Les Brown, Grant Cardone, John Maxwell, and Sylvester Stallone going to be providing additional support and insight to help you have a breakthrough. So, GoProRecruitingChallenge.com. If you're already in, put a 7 into the comments. And do me a favor. Let me tell you what this challenge is for. This challenge is for people who have maybe struggled with recruiting and would like to get that struggle over with. It's also for those of you that have done okay at recruiting, but you'd like to go faster, do better. And third, it's for people who have teams and their teams are struggling with recruiting. This is the biggest pain point in network marketing. If you can help people pass this pain point, they'll figure out just about everything else. Okay? If you can get past this pain point, you can get past just about everything else. So here's what I want you to do. Every single one of you, no matter what platform, I need you to take one step for me. We're doing all of this for you for free. I want you to hit the share button and share this with your community so they can learn more about this challenge and become a part of it. Whoever gets the most people to attend is going to win, okay? So click on the share button. Let people know that this is happening right now live, okay? Second, I need you to tag anybody that you think needs to hear this information about becoming a recruiting machine. Tag them in the comments, put their name into the comments so they see that this is happening. So once you clicked on the share, put that you've shared in the comments. And I'm going to give some prizes at the end of this. I'm going to randomly pick some people who've shared. And I'm going to give away some prizes to anybody who's shared by the end of this live Zoom, okay? If you've shared, by the end, I'm going to pick some prizes and give some things away to those people, okay? But you got to click share now. Fair enough? All right, fantastic. Let's introduce you to 2 of my friends. I'm going to start with my friend Jordan Adler, who's up in the mountains. And Jordan is an interesting story. And Ricky, take your hat off because I want everybody to see that it's the Bald brothers today. And you can succeed in network marketing even if you have hair. But you can put it back on. I just wanted everybody to see the head.
How you rich in network marketing? You got to have a bald head, right?
Exactly. So Jordan is an interesting story because some of you have struggled with recruiting. Most people have struggled with recruiting. And Jordan went through one of the toughest stretches of no success in recruiting that I've ever heard. So Jordan, will you tell people your journey and the struggle of that journey and how you finally got to a breakthrough?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Eric. Actually, I had hair when I started, but I didn't sponsor my first distributor until the hair was gone. So it's kind of like the opposite of was it Samson? Is that who the guy with the hair?
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So I picked up a book at a garage sale back when I was in my 20s called The 10 Napkin Presentations by Don Failla. And it introduced me to the idea, the concept of residual income and leverage. And it got me excited. And I'd never heard of this before. I grew up in a lower middle income suburb of Chicago. And I did get I paid my way through college and I got a degree in landscape architecture, moved to Arizona with a guitar, a suitcase, and $250 back in the 80s. And I started answering classified ads. And I probably, over the course of 10 years, I joined 10 different network marketing companies and went to a few of their events, listened to some audios, read the few books that were out there. There were only 3 books on. Today there's thousands of books about network marketing, but I'd read a few. And I invite a few people or, talk to a few people about my opportunity. And usually within 3 months, I quit. And I did that every year. I was in 11 different network marketing companies over the course of 10 years. Never signed up one single person. Racked up $33,000 in credit card debt on $36,000 on credit card debt on 22 credit cards. I was living in a garage.
Wait a minute. How many companies in how many years?
I was in 11 companies in 10 years and never signed up one
11 companies
person.
in 10 years and never sponsored a single person.
Not one.
Not one. Did you try?
I tried. That was part of the problem is I tried for a couple months and I talked to a few people, but I never gave a presentation. Wow. I did try dragging some people to events and I couldn't, they'd no-show me. And that went on for year after year. I'd quit. And then 2 or 3, then, 6 months later, somebody else would present me with their opportunity or I'd find something else and I joined that. And I just keep repeating that same problem over and over again. And so at the age of 34 years old, I was living in an enclosed garage. I owned one suit, a hang glider, and a beat up Jeep that was broken down in the street. I did have a job, and my job was paying me $28,000 a year. It was working for America West Airlines. And the airline filed bankruptcy and cut my pay in half. And I joined my 12th network marketing company. And Eric, truthfully, it had very little to do with the company. It had to do with me making monumental shifts in my thinking, simple shifts, choices. But one was to not quit. That was one but I had to do the work as well. I made a commitment over a course of 2 years that I was going to do 3 presentations a week. I had a job. So, I had employees working for me, but I was making $14,000 a year, living in a garage. Nobody knew that. And I started giving 3 presentations a week on my lunches at a little coffee place called Coffee Plantation on Mill Avenue. And it didn't matter if somebody told me yes or no. It didn't matter what their attitude was about network marketing. I would just keep giving the presentations. And my goal was to do 12 presentations a month and sign up 1 person a month for 2 years. That was my goal. And after 2 years, I signed up 19 people. So I didn't meet my goal, less than 1 a month. My 16th person was a woman named Jackie. She signed up a woman in New Mexico, and that woman in New Mexico started doing home parties. And over the next 3 years, just from that one group, over 12,000 distributors and 40,000 customers from one leg out of my first 19. It was my 16th person that did it. The rest either quit or became customers. And that really started to give me the confidence that I could do this.
So you finally have this breakthrough, and the breakthrough, what caused you to say, you know what, I'm going to be different and I'm going to do 3 presentations a week? What led to that?
So it was 2 things. One was a defining moment that I had in my 12th company where I was sitting at a table in San Francisco. I didn't pay for the trip. This couple who saw some potential in me decided to pay for my trip to San Francisco to this event. And I was sitting around a table with the top money earners. I was the only person in the group that had never signed anybody up and that wasn't getting a check. And I just listened. And I realized it was kind of a moment where I realized that they were no different than me, that they had the same stories that I had, but they had just broken through. And that was the first thing. And the second thing, it was really a decision, but I met a guy, you know him, Russ Devan. And Russ was a multimillionaire in his 20s. And when I met Russ, I went to his home. We never went into business together, but he told me that I need to be prepared to recruit 20 to 30 people to find one that's going to do something big. That's what he told me. And I believed him. And so I put together, right after that meeting, I put together a plan to sign up 20 to 30 people. And I stuck to it no matter what. That was really the defining moment. Those two things. There were a few others, but those were the big ones.
And to date, how many people have you sponsored since that breakthrough?
Yeah, I'm at total in my network marketing career about 750.
About 750 people. And you're one of those kind of, like the mailman. If there's rain or snow or sleet or hail or high winds or good days or bad days, month after month, you're constantly collecting friends and sharing your opportunity with them.
Absolutely. Yep. I am. I just, I don't let my feelings, we all have feelings that take us up and down every day. Sometimes we're down for a week. We've all felt that, right? Sometimes we're down for a month because of something that happened in our lives. But I just decided that I'm not going to make my decisions based on how I'm feeling, because if I do, I'll never make it. So I now make my decisions based on my commitment, not on how I'm feeling. So if I'm having a bad day and if I've got a presentation or 3 presentations booked, I'm doing that. And if I don't have anything booked, I'm going to work on getting something booked. And Eric, today I don't do 3 presentations a week. That works, but it's more of a long-term plan. But I probably average, well, in the launch of this company that I've been with now for 16 years, I was doing 3 to 10 presentations a day for the first few months. 3 a day, not 3 a week. And so the result of that is by my 5th week, I was signing up 1 person a day. And I signed up 38 people in my first 5 weeks. And that was because rather than doing 3 presentations a week, I decided I was going to do 3 to 10 a day. That's the reason why. It was really very simple. And the building relationships and making friends is a long-term thing. That's something you do all the time. Yeah. It's keeping in touch in a meaningful way, staying in touch in a meaningful way with the people that you meet, and making sure that you're always looking for ways to make their life better in some way. It doesn't have to be with the business.
Yeah. And you're going to be sharing during the challenge, you're going to be giving your secrets of how to get your easiest, fastest recruits or prospects to become, partners with you, members of your organization as distributors. But tell people the end of the story, or at least the next chapter of the story. You sponsored about 750 people over the course of your career. How much have you earned in commissions as a network marketing distributor?
Just shy of $24 million.
$24 million that you've earned after 10 years of pain, no breakthrough.
Right.
You finally had your breakthrough. $24 million in commissions. And well, I'll come back to you on that in a second. I've got another question I want to ask you, but I want to get to Ricky in a second. Let me tell you what I'm picking 10 winners today on this live that I'm doing. 10 winners. All you got to do is hit the share button to be eligible to be chosen as one of those 10 winners that I'm going to pick at the end of this broadcast. Okay. So smash the share button. I've got 10 winners going to be giving away tons of stuff. You're going to like what you get as prizes. I promise. So let me go to Ricky Untermeyer. Ricky.
What's up, Ricky?
What's up, brother?
Hey, man, why don't you share everybody with your story of how you found this profession and what did it take for you to get your recruiting breakthrough?
Yeah, I mean, first off, this is not a fake background. Network marketing paid for this. This is my backyard, and we had some work going on inside, but it gives people the view of what can happen in this profession. 5 years ago, my wife and I put a dream board together with our kids, and one of the first things that we put on there was a pool. And one of our bonuses in the profession paid for this pool behind me. So, if you're watching this today, recruiting is the answer to really everything that you're going to learn in this profession. I mean, you have to find the new people, you have to find the new blood. And two of these gentlemen right here are a big part of my wife and I's success. We've had help from a lot of people, yes, but two of the best books I've read in this profession. Heck, I'm even going through GoPro again now. And I mean, it's literally the blueprint to be successful in this profession. And what Jordan shows you in Beach Money and Better Than Beach Money is what can happen if you have grit and you can last long enough in this profession and obtain the skills. But, for me, I live in Jacksonville, Florida. My dad's a pastor. They divorced when I was 2, my parents, and I grew up in my mom's house, and then I moved to my dad's house at 14, and I was the typical rebellious pastor's kid. And I got around the wrong crowd in high school, and I ended up quitting school at 17. I had 1 year left. I know Eric said he didn't even finish college, did one semester. Heck, I didn't even get that far. So anybody out there that's watching this, you can go on to have a life that you can design and live freedom like I have. But my entrepreneurship journey started in traditional business. I moved out at 18 in a 300 square foot shack. I mean, literally unlivable condition. And, I think that a lot of things happen in our life we look back on, and they're huge blessings, and a lot of it's the pain. And that house was a huge blessing for me. And how I ended up in that house was pretty ironic. I actually brought a Great Dane puppy home to my dad's home at 18. And he said, "Son, that dog goes or you go." And, stubborn as I am, I went. Well, that started the path to learning how to survive on my own, right? There was no roof over my head unless I paid for it. And then at 19, I found my first business mentor. I would say my dad's my first real mentor because he gave me the biblical foundation that I live by and learn from. But, that millionaire stopped by my home. He heard I was in a bad place, and he said, "Ricky, I want you to paint some houses for me, and I want to mentor you in your own business." And I think at that moment, the same thing that goes through your mind is like, I'm scared. I've never done it. I haven't had success maybe in recruiting. Well, for me at 19, I never ran my own business. I was a high school dropout. I probably had $200 in the bank account. And this millionaire is asking me to paint some houses. I've never painted before. I never ran my own business before. And look what I was living in. And he said some key things to me that literally changed the trajectory of my life, but it changed my thinking. And that's what can happen to you in this recruiting challenge. Not only can you learn the skills, but you can change your thinking. And when I was 19, sitting in that house, I said, "Kevin, I never painted a house, never ran my own business. You're crazy." He said a couple things. He said, "Ricky used to work for me. I used to work for him when he owned this company before he sold it." He said, "You were the hardest worker that I ever had out of hundreds of employees. But next thing, you can go and work for someone else's dreams, or you can work for your own." And at that moment, I sat there and go, life can't get any worse. If I fail, I'm just going to stay right here. But if I succeed, I can have the things Kevin has. And he had the big house, the nice cars, the beautiful wife. He had, number one, to me, is freedom. He was the biggest giver in my church. And, so I took the leap of faith. God bless my action. And by the time I was 21, I had 37 employees and just painting. But what I want to tell you, one statement can change your life, because before, when I got in my own business, I had to come up. It's laughable what you have to come up with in network marketing. And most people don't have the traditional background of business to go off of. But, I had to come up with like 10 or 15 grand, borrow, beg, and plead to get into my first business. Well, I hired my 2 friends. Well, new entrepreneur at 19, I'm like, I I forget I have to pay these guys. I have no money in the bank. So in the building construction industry, they pay you like every 4 weeks because you have to do 2 weeks and then get paid. And the first week rolled around and my two friends said, hey, are we getting paid today? I'm like, I don't have any money. And the reason why I bring this story up, I remember when they walked off the job and quit, I'm in this new neighborhood painting new houses, never painted a new house in my life either, in new construction. And I walked into that truck and I got in the truck and I put my head on the steering wheel. I said, I should just quit. And, you know, there's times when something will change you in the moment, but there's times where something that someone said that's more successful than you that will keep you going. And that's what happened at that moment. I remember hearing Kevin's voice in my head saying, Ricky, you can work for your dreams or someone else's. And that statement kept me going. And that led to, by the time I was 23, made my first $1 million in construction. And it changed the trajectory in my life. I met my wife at 27. She was a director of nursing, making 6 figures, very successful, beautiful. We got married 8 months later in Eric's backyard at the Little White Chapel, unplanned. And we built a $1 million home, not too smart. But here's where the network marketing side came in. 2008, 2009, the market crashed. My wife gave her 6-figure income. I have 40 employees. I have 7 different divisions in my construction company, and the market crashes. I have no work for 2 years. They pretty much took everything from us except my home that I'm sitting in now. And it was a defining moment in my life. And I think, you know, what I've witnessed in network marketing, the top recruiters are the ones that can take they lived in such a pain in some time in their life that they use that as motivation. They use that as, I'll never go back there. And this is a solution to make sure that never happens. And when 08, 09 happened to me, 24 months of sitting around my house, no one brought me a plan. But this is what I want to press upon you. No one brought me network marketing either. You know, they look from the outside, and a lot of people that you think are successful, which I was, are not holding a sign going, I'm miserable. Because there was 2 parts of this. Yes, the economy crashed and I was in a very bad place, but I was burnt out on construction. A lot of people fall into what they're doing and they get stuck there forever. And then when they get there, they're like, oh my gosh, this is not what I want to do. So I'm 60, 70, and there's a ceiling over my head. So when I'm sitting in my home and about 24 months into this, we go to Toys R Us. My kids need Christmas, and we had $400 in the bank account. And I will never forget this. I was walking through Toys R Us and I could not afford to buy Christmas for my kids. I had tears running down my face, getting a little emotional now. I actually had to call my mom for the first time since I was like 14 and borrow money to pay for Christmas. But here's the thing I did with that pain. I want to press everybody to press on their heart that your pain can set you up for the biggest massive blessing that you've ever experienced in your life. At that moment, I promised myself I'll never feel this again. I'll never be able to not provide for my family. I didn't roll over in a fetal position. I used that to propel me. And then the next 6-7 years, I rebuilt my company to 30 plus employees. And I really believe your dreams can expand themselves to bigger dreams when you're inside of one dream. What do I mean by that? My wife and I, 5 years ago, went to my dream destination, Fiji, to go surfing on a 8-day trip. And we were walking around that island and holding hands. The sun was going down. And I said, man, how can we do this more often? You see, that dream propelled us to think bigger, to a bigger dream. And what do I mean by that? I said, man, how can we go back and start another business that you and I can do together? I don't want you going back to corporate America. Heck, they kept giving my wife more and more titles, no more pay, longer hours, salary. And we came back. Did I ever think I was going to find network marketing? Heck, no. I tried network marketing at 26. Pretty much 90% of the stories out there, you signed up in network marketing because you can see the dream, you can see the freedom, and then the person that signs you up was an amateur or poser, and you fell because you don't know what to do. So you do nothing or you do it wrong. That was me. I drank $1,200 worth of juice. I didn't think network marketing worked. So we were looking at traditional businesses, and then my wife comes to me and says, hey, my good friend's making $500,000 a year in network marketing. She's not practicing as a PA anymore, a physician assistant. And I'm like, Okay, that's cute. You can go do that with your girlfriends. I've tried that before. And because I had a bad experience. And then what happened from there, my wife said, will you talk to this guy? He's making 50 grand a week. And I'm like, 50 grand a week? And this network marketing thing? And she said, yep. And long story short, I got on the phone with him and he changed my perspective. But the key thing he said, and this is what you get in this next 7 days and you get in GoPro, is mentorship. Twice I've made millions in 2 different industries because I found people like Jordan, Eric, the person I was on the phone with, heck, our sponsors now, and the owner of our company now. I just got around other people that had millions and I learned from them and I listened to them. And when I got off that phone, actually, this is the last thing I said to him. I said, how can I make what you're making a week? How do I be successful in this? And that is recruiting, right? And he said, here's what you do. You set an appointment and you get the person on the phone. You show them this 3-4 minute video and you 3-way me in. I said, that's it? I said, okay. I said, I'm going to put you to the test. And I called and put over 200 people on the phone with him that week. And my wife and I just rocketed through this profession. We built a diamond organization, 7 days, never been done in that company. And we just fell in love with the profession. And here we are, from watching Eric all the time on YouTube, reading Jordan's book. From recruiting, we're sitting here with 2 people and the world in network marketing. And I'm just super honored and blessed to be here today.
I'm blessed to have you. And thanks for sharing the story. Let me tell everybody that's watching, and we got a lot of people watching. Tomorrow, we start this challenge. And the reason why we decided to do this, and the reason why I got my friends involved, these huge thought leaders, the big celebrities, and also my top recruiting friends, is because network recruiting is the biggest pain point in all of network marketing. The biggest pain point. It was for me. And part of it is the expectation gap. I expected that some people that I had in my mind were going to join. That's why I joined, because I thought that I could convince them to join. I was excited for some people because, we'll be able to do this together. And so I was kind of thinking about this partnership that was going to happen with my friends, and we can all go do this together. So I had this expectation that some were going to join. I had an expectation it was going to be really fun to work with these people. And then when I went to talk with them and they shut me down, it was painful because I did not expect that. I expected that they were, that we were going to do this together. It was going to be fun. And they, some of them rolled their eyes at me. Some of them, laughed at me. Some of them, said, oh my gosh. So, I mean, the only thing that kept me going when that happened was desperation. I just needed money really bad. So I kept going. The other thing that disappointed me was I expected that people would at least be willing to take a look. But it takes some skill to get somebody to take a look. They just don't naturally take, hey, I have something to show you. No, I'm not interested. What do you mean? You don't even know what I'm going to show you. No, but whatever it is, I'm not interested. What? So I had to learn how to skillfully build relationship, build trust, and then be able to educate that person about what I had to help them go from being blind to being able to see, help them going from being ignorant to being knowledgeable about what I had. But that took some time. So that was the first pain point, that the only reason that got me through it is I was desperate. And I want to help you with that pain point if you're having it now. Second thing, the second pain point came with my team. I could recruit, but my team couldn't. You ever see that training where you bring in 5 people and they bring in 5, and they bring in 5, they bring in 5. It's 25, 125, 625, 3,125. That's what my expectation was of what was going to happen on my team. Well, that didn't happen. I recruited like 30 people, and those people recruited like 14 combined. And actually, they didn't even really recruit those 14. I did it for them because I was the only one that knew how to recruit. So I just said, you always just have them talk to me, and I'll go do it. And I was like the recruiter. Instead of for the Marines, I was the recruiter for the whole team. Just put them in front of me, put them in front of me, put them in front of me. And my team did not duplicate it all. And that was difficult to go through over the course of my first 3.5 years before I figured out how to, number one, be able to recruit on demand. Jordan and Ricky, is there a day in your life where you couldn't decide you're going to recruit one or multiple people if you felt like it?
A day in my life, yes, but
I'm
no.
saying right now.
Right now, no. If I need to recruit,
you've got to recruit somebody today.
Easy.
Yeah.
Today, it's easy. It wasn't back then, but yeah.
Yeah, but today, piece of cake. Nothing to it. And that's where you want to get to in network marketing, where you can recruit on demand and you can help other people recruit on demand. So that's what we're going to do inside of this challenge. And if you haven't registered yet for this challenge, go to GoProRecruitingChallenge.com, GoProRecruitingChallenge.com, and register. It's free. The next 7 days will help you become a recruiting machine. Okay? GoProRecruitingChallenge.com. And in about 10 minutes, I'm going to do a quick drawing of 10 people who shared this video. If you shared this video, I'm going to do a drawing and I'm going to give some stuff away. And I also have to tell you, before I ask these guys another question, I have to tell you, during the challenge, we're going to be giving away tons of prizes during the 7 days, but you have to be on live in order to be eligible to get one of the prizes. We're giving away iPads. We're giving away iPhones. We're giving away Apple Watches. We're giving away VIP tickets to GoPro. We're giving away tons of stuff. But you have to be on live in order to be eligible to get the free stuff. I mean, I haven't counted up how much, but it's tens of thousands of dollars we're going to be giving away over the course of the 7 days, just for fun, right? So make sure that you can be there. Make sure that you're checked in. Make sure that you shared. It's going to be amazing. GoProRecruitingChallenge.com is going to help you get registered. Whoever gets the most people into this challenge is going to win. Okay. If you got a friend, make sure that friend is doing this challenge with you. One other thing before I go back to Jordan, find a workout partner for this next 7 days. Find somebody in your company or a friend that will push you and you can push them. Somebody who will challenge you and you can challenge them. Keep you focused and they can keep you focused, right? Back and forth, supporting each other. Find somebody who you can help, who you can work together with in order to be able to do this. Jordan, we've got about 11 minutes. So take a couple minutes and share with everybody how they can prepare for this challenge that starts in 23 and a half hours.
Yeah. So I would say the most important thing is your mind. And as far as preparing, one of the things that's really served me and even watching Eric, Eric has built a community of millions of people around the world doing exactly what it is that we need to do to build a successful network marketing company. So if you just watch him in terms of what he does every day and emulate that. So I'll just give you a couple things that you can do between now and the challenge tomorrow. One is, in your mind, see yourself as a recruiter. Now, some people say, well, I don't see myself as a recruiter. Well, what I'm going to suggest is to see yourself as a recruiter. So start there. And if you fight yourself, then begin to let go of those feelings that are fighting you seeing yourself as a recruiter. So almost like absorb the energy of a super recruiter, like every time that Popeye ate spinach, he got stronger. Every time you get in front of a successful leader, either on a video or by reading a book or attending the GoPro Recruiting Challenge, imagine that you're eating the spinach that's making you stronger. So borrow the confidence that you see in other people. This is what got me to where I am today, because when I would get around successful people and when I would read books that were written by people that had done what I wanted to do, I would absorb their energy, borrow their confidence, view myself not to be them, but view myself in terms of the energy of building a successful life, having the dreams of the life of my dreams, all those kinds of things. So that's how I would prepare, is to begin to shift your mind It's a choice. It's not something like it's declaring yourself, even at a subconscious level, declaring yourself as somebody that steps into success. So that's where I would start, Eric.
I love it. I love it. Hold on one second. So, Ricky, same question. How would you encourage people to prepare for what starts tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, I could expand on what Jordan said. I mean, the biggest thing for me, I think inside this profession, we have to embrace, and everyone has to come to realization that you have to become a recruiter. I think we get in this profession, a lot of people, and they think they're not going to have to recruit, or they can recruit 5 people and they're going to make $1 million. It's just not going to work. And if we look at the traditional business model, you go out and really you recruit work every single day. It's just part of business. So, you know, first off, you have to make a decision. You have to be able to envision. You know, I don't know anyone that goes into recruiting that is a master recruiter that in their mind thinks that they can't recruit. I mean, the big part of recruiting is making that definite decision in your mind that you are going to recruit. But we all hear success loves speed, recruiting loves speed. And what do I mean by that? You have to take massive action. Anytime, I mean, we just had a Cabo trip for our company, and you had to sponsor 20 people, 20 left to do that. My wife and I were the second in the whole company to finish that. We're the top recruiters in our company. And I don't say that to brag. What I tell you that is when I went out to sponsor 40, I didn't write down 40 names. I wrote down like 200 and something names to make sure I got the 40. And the other 210 are not someone I'm never going to talk to again either. And when I say we're going to talk to them, I'm not saying that we're just going to write their name down and we're going to reach out in a text message. When I say that you're going to recruit them, you're going to professionally show them your opportunity. And, you know, every team, every company might have a different system, but you know, for me, that is writing down a whole list of names, knowing I'm going to take massive action. And when I take that massive action with that definite decision, I know I'm going to recruit people. So if your goal is to recruit 5, you need to write down 100 names. You make sure you get the 5. That might sound scary, but you know, going broke, being bankrupt, and repoing cars and boats out of your driveway is a lot more scarier. I think for a lot of people, we have to start picking, what do you want that's hard in your life? Do you want to do something hard for a time, then it becomes second nature, right? Like riding a bicycle, tying your shoestring, swimming in the pool. I mean, because recruiting does become second nature. It becomes just a part of your actual character, where I can meet Jordan today and form a relationship in literally 2 minutes. Did I get here from just starting network marketing? No, I had to recruit every single day to get business in my traditional business. So I was a little mentally ready than most. You know, so my journey, when you look at over the $3 million we made in 5 years, that has been a journey of 23 years of entrepreneurship. So yes, I want you to be impatient to recruit, but I want you to be patient knowing that you have to become a professional recruiter. And if I ask Jordan right now, the reason why he said that he can recruit on command, because he's done it so much. It's not, there's no fear. And what I've realized that you can shorten the gap with recruiting by building your mind and your belief in the profession, but you can also you can shorten that gap on that fear, taking that fear away by doing it over and over and over. And the 7-day recruiting challenge will make it easier for you. When you're passionate, your belief goes through the roof, and people will sign up with you more off of you being fired up if you do it right than they will if you're just monotone in thinking you're never going to recruit someone. So in this profession, if you are fired up, and Eric's doing that, this is why this is so genius, that you can get in front of people that's done it at a very high level, and the guest speakers, you can build your belief. And then with that decision, with that recruiting love speed, that massive action, you're guaranteed to recruit, because we're going to teach you the tools. And if you're taught the tools from 7-figure income earners and you actually do them with everything that we said, you will recruit. And recruiting is the answer in this profession.
I love it. Thank you so much, Jordan and Ricky. And say hey to your bride, Francoise. She's awesome. And you're obviously the lesser of the two between the two.
I outkicked my coverage. It's her mom's birthday today.
For sure. I did as well. Look, I'm trying to figure out how to choose the shared winners while we're doing this live, but my team is going to pick 10 people at random, and we will post the winners inside of the Network Marketing Pro Facebook fan page in the next 20 minutes. Okay. And here's what they're going to win. They're going to win a free backstage pass, a VIP backstage pass into the 7-day challenge. That's $100, but it's free for those 10 people to be able to ask questions at the end of every day's session with the celebrities and with the top trainers and with myself. So a free backstage pass for that. But tomorrow, listen, tomorrow, 11 a.m. Pacific time, we're going to break the internet. We need your help to tell the world about this, to get everybody registered, to make sure that everybody's locked in. Set your phone to alarm at 5 minutes before 11 a.m. Pacific time every single day to make sure, clear the decks. Like I said, we're going to be giving away tons of prizes for people who actually show up during the day. We're going to also be giving you points. Points for if you show up every day, points if you share it, points if you engage in the simple assignments that we give you to do, and points for getting recruits during the week. And we're going to be giving away prizes, have leaderboards. We're going to have all kinds of fun for people to flex their recruiting muscle during these 7 days. So whether you're looking for a breakthrough, this will help you have a breakthrough. You know, we've got, listen to the recruiters that we have. Emily Vavra, Jefferson Santos, Tony and Sarah Zalecki, Ann Fisher, Jesse Lee Ward, Tom Chenault, Danian Fire, Stefania Legato, Whitney Husband, Brian Carruthers, Jordan Adler, Ricky and Francoise Untermeyer, Stormy Wellington, John Haremza, Armand Murnix, Rachel Pekarik, on top of Trent Shelton, Marie Forleo, Pete Vargas, Dean Graziosi, Fraser Brooks, Les Brown, Pat Quinn, John Maxwell, Grant Cardone, and Sylvester Stallone, all for you, all over the next 7 days, all for free. Why are these people doing this? To give back to the profession. I wish to God this existed when I first started network marketing. Man, I would have gotten rid of several years of struggle and figured this out in a hurry. So if you're kind of fired up by short-term projects, this is something to help you close 2020 strong, start 2021 with a bang. Go to GoProRecruitingChallenge.com. And one more assignment before we wrap up. Find 5 friends that need this challenge and don't rest until they register. Get them registered for this challenge. Do it together as a group. I'm going to be doing some more lives actually during today. I've got some big shots. I've got some celebrities that are going to be joining. So I'm in all out promo mode between now and tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific time. But until then, just know that I love you. I care about you. I want you to win. Thank you for sharing. In the next 15, 20 minutes, check the Network Marketing Pro page on Facebook for the 10 winners for backstage passes. Make sure you're there tomorrow too, because lots of prizes coming. All right. Love you. And I'll see you. Talk to you later, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.